Hello, this is Dr. Al, and today, my friends, you're in for a special treat. I am reviewing the book Miracles by Eric Metaxas. Now, this book was recommended to me in the newsletter of Charles Simpson Ministries, written by Charles Simpson, who said the book was recommended to him by one of his longtime administrative staff. And he's so glad that he read the book, and he wanted to pass on the joy of the book and the topic of the book to those of us who get the newsletter. Now, I want to share the joy of the book on with you, and the joy of the topic of the book as well. Miracles by Eric Metaxas is so well done in writing, in information, in length and breadth of topic, integrating biblical truth with scientific findings in the first half of the book to make the case for miracles and how even life itself and the universe itself is a miracle. I know we say that as a rather cliche statement, but as he points out, the fact that we exist really is a miracle. And if things had just been off a few nanoseconds or millimeters here and there in the creation of the universe and our solar system and our planet, we wouldn't be here. Just for example, if the mass of the Earth was larger or smaller, ammonia and other gases, methane and other gases, would hover right at where we breathe, hence killing us and not allowing the creation of life to even occur. I could go on and on with examples. I encourage you to read the book. The first half of the book deals with the science of miracles, if you will, and the biblical case for miracles occurring today, which is then the second half of the book, where he recounts stories of miracles of people that he knows and has known for years and would attest to their integrity and authenticity of their story. It hasn't been embellished over the years, as he heard them recount it time and time again, whether privately or publicly. Folks who have credibility of one shape or the other, which he defends in the beginning of each story, and then tells the story of the miracle. Now, the topics of miracles are broken down. Well, first of all, the subtitle is Miracles: What They Are, Why They Happen, and How They Can Change Your Life. And Eric Metaxas also has written the book Bonhoeffer, Pastor, Martyr, Prophet, Spy, which at the bookstore I saw was about double the size of this book. That perhaps will be my next undertaking, though Eric Metaxas has also written a book on Wilberforce, whom I would also be intrigued to read the story as Eric, and his biography as Eric has written the biography of Wilberforce. So here's a man who's written two well-received, excellent biographies, one on Wilberforce, one on Bonhoeffer, and now he's written this book on miracles. So, where I was at was telling you the miracle stories are broken into various different types of miracles: conversion miracles, healing miracles, miracles of inner healing, angelic miracles, varieties of miracles, touching eternity, and how miracles can change your life is the second half of the book, the chapter titles. I can't say enough about this book and how it's blessed me and reaffirmed some miracles that have occurred in my life. For example, while camping in the Everglades at Sawgrass National Park at around the age of 10, thereabouts, I used to go camping with Christian Service Brigade in the Everglades. Oh boy. Anyway, fond memories are there. Well, this one particular time, I was in a canoe with another young lad, and we were fishing. And as is the case, you just set your pole in the canoe and wait for a strike. Well, my pole took off into the water, the reel zinging, zzz, and off it goes into the water. And like any 10-year-old boy, I jumped up out of the canoe and went into the water to try and fetch my pole, which I never did. But anyway, the thing about the waters in Florida is many places there's no bottom. That's why there's guardrails along all the canals, which is where they dig out the coral that's made to make the road, and then they put guardrails along the canals to keep people from going in the canals because there's no bottom to the canals. Well, this lake portion, there is no bottom either. And I was sinking with heavy hiking boots on and trying to get up out of the water. And all of a sudden, I just was pulled up, hands on the shoulder, pulled up, and plopped down into the seat back in the canoe, drenched. Again, I didn't hit bottom and push up. There was no bottom to hit. And beside, when you try and get back in a canoe, when you fall out, the first thing you learn is don't try to get back in because you'll tip the canoe over, and whoever else is in the canoe, you'll cause them to capsize. So, I mean, there was my buddy just sitting there, eyes wide open, and the canoe was just stable, as if I hadn't even left the canoe. For years, I mean, again, this has been now 52 years ago. I'm 62 here in November. This was 52 years ago. For years, I never talked about it much publicly, but I knew that an angel had taken me up out of the water and put me in the seat. That somehow God had intervened in my life and saved my life from drowning. Well, lo and behold, in Eric Metaxas' book, there's a story of a woman who, when she was a girl, at about 13, I believe, she was in the Atlantic at a beach and in the water, and had been pulled out into the deep area of the beach front and was starting to drown. And she too was lifted up to safety. Other stories of angels and the Lord intervening, bringing people to safety are in there. I don't want to give them away. You could read Eric's excellent recounting of those stories in his excellent literary fashion. I can see why this book has received so many accolades and awards. But that story of the woman as a girl, in his story, I remembered the event, and I thank the Lord for the event and his safekeeping of me in the Everglades in many occasions, many times. Water moccasins swimming right by me and not biting me, all that other stuff. But it just attests to the point that miracles can change your life, but also his chapter, Why Miracles Happen. How miracles can change your life and how and why they happen is so important for us to affirm as believers, because I believe in this day and time we're going to be seeing more and more miracles. I think we've seen many miracles just in the last year, and we'll continue to see more miracles as the Lord reveals them to us. And we need to take faith and pray, because certainly at the heart of miracles is prayer. which brings us closer in communication and closer in relational intimacy to God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The stories of Brad Stein are in here, the miracles he's had and lived through, one of my favorite comedians. The story of Alice von Hildebrand is in here, and her husband is in here. There's so many wonderful stories. Larry Poland's miracles in his life are here. The story of Larry Crabb and his son are in here. So I would just encourage you to get the book Miracles by Eric Metaxas, or at least go to his website, which is www.ericmetaxas.com. Metaxas, or Eric Metaxas, is spelled EricMetaxas.com. One more time, ericmetaxas.com. And there's also a Facebook page, a Twitter page. Oh, I didn't see that before. I got to connect with him, Lord willing. So, miracles. Expect them. Thank God for them as they occur. And I think you will be seeing more miracles occurring in all our lives here in the days to come. The Lord bless you and keep you. And thank you for allowing me to share this time with you. Bye-bye.